Hey y'all, peace. It's now May, the wonderful month of May. Happy Cinco de Mayo tomorrow to our friend Guido Medina down in Mexico, the supercart guy. Hey to Rick Gunther out there, Ben Hur, Frank Dolly. Saw Frank at Metrics when I went to go. Crazy. The guy starts talking. I'm like, that sounds like Frank. I look, it is Frank. But hey to everybody out there. It's May 4th. Tomorrow's 5th of May, so happy Cinco de Mayo. Playing around, got the, back out in the garage, got the intake for the 45 millimeter hooked up. This looks good. We didn't polish it or nothing, Bob. We did smooth it out. I just can't leave it all gnarly and rough. Because I don't care if it's, it's intake and all that. When Rich bought his K88 for his first go-kart, we got it from Doc Culp, Gary Culp. He used to run 100 Open and be limited back in the day, and this was one of his open motors. He gave us some parts and pieces with it, and one of the intakes for it was for a big carb, and somebody had took a punch, right, whatever, and a hammer, and dinged the whole inside of it, put dimples in it all over the place. And I asked him, what are we supposed to do with this? Thing's a piece of junk. What happened here? He says, it's a speed secret. I said, what does it do? Oh, it atomizes the fuel more. I said, really? How come it's not on the motor? He said, because it didn't make any difference. So, big speed secret. Didn't make any speed. So, yeah, I think that ratting that all up isn't going to help you. And the guy who paid the big bucks to do the porting on the motor made them all smooth. So if there was something in leaving them all rough, I think everybody would be doing it. When you extrude on and stuff, it makes them super smooth. So, yeah, we're ready to go. So we can. This is ready. I think what we're going to do is take the on both carburetors. We'll take this little spinning deal here off that has the set screw in it for the throttle cable. And I think what we're going to do is, it's just a little E-clip. We'll pop that off, and I think we'll work this thing so we can use the same cable on both carburetors. That way there's no issues, right? So there's that. That is done and done. She looks good. And action. What's up? She'll be ready to go. So hopefully we're working on a little test day on a Monday in June the 6th. I got a million things going on in my head right now, and I'm only going to do this video once, so you're going to have to put up with my mistakes. June 6th is a Monday. We're trying to get back out to Grattan so I can test carburetors and other guys can get some stuff tested before going to Mid-Ohio a week and a half later. Some of the guys that didn't make it out in April didn't have motors back yet, or didn't, just weren't ready to go, or just don't like the cold weather. So we're working on that, trying to get that put together here. We got 4 weeks, right, to get that all worked up. And I'm working on the Yamadog. So let me bring you on over here. As you can see, we're playing with some header stuff. I got this adjustable header from Ace. What's up, Ace? Yeah, what did I do with it? Here it is. It's here. What we're going to do is we want to bring the header in this direction. I was thinking about zigzagging this thing, right? But I think it'll be too long. What we're going to do is we're not going to use the pipe. We're going to run the Sportsman can. Which is basically the can on a stick, right? You need 11 inches or more of flex from the piston. We got 2 inches of just exhaust port to this edge here. Right now, from gasket surface to the end, it's 5 inches long. And we're going to be cutting it and tweaking it and what have you to get it to go in the direction we want. What we want is it to do something like this here. Over here, high enough to where we can get a bigger gear on it without any issue. Low enough to where, if we put the side panels on in a way that we can hide all this, that'd be kind of cool too. If not, whatever. But from here, we'd have another 4 inches of flex pipe, right, hanging out here, and then the can. And so it'll be down low. Hopefully we can get it all underneath some body work or something, whatever. It doesn't really much matter. But this isn't going to work. Jacking this thing up and over the tire like we did on the vintage cart is just not working for us. So let me show you how this thing is pretty cool. Adjustable. So you can just adjust the length of the header instead of changing the flex. If you needed just a 1/4 inch, it is pretty trick, right? It came with a couple hose clamps, and you just hose clamp this bit down, right? And that's actually a pretty snazzy idea. So there you go. Thanks for the headers, Ace. We got these before Daytona last year. Never did get this thing straightened out. So this one is really nice, and we didn't want to mess that one up. This one here looked a bit butched, although it is a crazy item. I think this is the one we're going to want to use. So we need to get it looking like this. Get us 4 more inches of stuff on there. Back to here, we get our can and stuff on. Otherwise, I mean, if we're going to run a pipe with this thing, even like so, we're going to need more flex than we have room for the pipe. So we'll see. This is the sweet and cheating Yamaha, right? We're gonna eventually throw alcohol to it. We're not following any rules. We're not adding any weight. None of that. We're just going to take an old cart with an old motor and throw hopped up fuel and stuff at it and sweet cheating exhaust and all that, and see if we can just get in the mix. Not the mix at the front. That'd be cool too, but we're a little more realistic than that. If we can just get in to mix it up with some people, because if we just ran this thing legal Yamaha with legal exhaust and we're on weight and all that stuff, we'll get left in the dust, man. Old go-kart doesn't handle like the new stuff does, doesn't corner because it doesn't, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna be no fun running around by yourself. In a track day, who wouldn't mind it? But to go, somewhere and line this thing up, you're gonna want to mix it up with some people, and if we have to run an open Yamaha in the Yamaha class, then that's what we're gonna do. So that's where we're at here on our pre-Cinco de Mayo. It rained like crazy for the last day or so the rain come underneath the door and flooded us out again. We deal with it. But once we get the exhaust in place and mounted, then we can go ahead and work on, we got the aluminum to make the bolsters for the seat and mount the tanks. We'll probably add a little nut bar and raise the steering up a little bit. We'll work on a backrest, or we'll use the back half of that seat. Whatever, we'll work it out. Know what you're thinking? If you're going to run alcohol, you're going to need more gas tank. Well, we can always throw another gas tank on it, right? We got the plastic ones too, so we'll get something going. But that's it for today. Out here messing around. Going to go in and fire up some tacos for dinner, and it's Wednesday, so we got church. Talk to y'all later. Hang in there. Godspeed. God bless. We're praying for you. The old Hemingway Yamaha. I can't wait to hear this thing run. Hang in there, y'all. It'll get better.